Let me just explain why I'm here all the way from Australia. About a year ago, I was asked to do a dinner in New York for Tourism Australia. And I did that dinner, and then after that, I've always wanted to do a bit of a road trip through America. And one of the places that I buy a lot of my seeds is Baker's Creek. And on the travels, I stopped in at Baker's Creek and saw Jer and the guys, and we just got on well, and we started talking vegetables, and then he said, look, we're doing this great fair in Sonoma, why don't you come along and just have a talk and tell people about what you do. And so that's how I got here, and you know, I've had a brilliant time the last couple of days looking around all the exhibits. It's just phenomenal. The amount of you know, passionate people that are here, and you know, growing things sustainably, and it's just really mind-blowing. I mean, you know, I sort of fell in love with gardening probably about 11, 12 years ago now. And I started just, you know, for the first time I had a house with a yard, backyard, and I started growing some herbs, and then I started growing a few vegetables, and I think the first thing I planted was a little pea. And I must say, like, you know, being a chef, obviously I was familiar with vegetables and you know, and produce, but it wasn't really until I actually started to grow my own produce that I realised just how incredibly mind-blowing it is that you can plant this little tiny seed. That seed, if you look after it and water it, it's in the soil, it starts to grow, you know, and the shoots form, and you know, then there's the flowers, and the flowers then turn into the pea, and then the cycle starts all over again. And you know, of course I knew that's how it worked, but I didn't really know until I grew. And I absolutely fell in love with it. And then I started to do a lot of research. And through my research, I realised just how much incredible variety was out there, and how very little we actually get to see, you know, in the marketplace, especially, you know, the big supermarkets. It's quite a fraction of what's available. And I remember after the first year or two of growing stuff, I started to get really obsessed with just, you know, how much great stuff that was there. And being a chef, I wanted this stuff to cook with. And I remember talking to my vegetable supplier at the time, who, you know, supplied me from the big central market. And I said, look, you know, I want to get some heirloom carrots. I want to get these purple and yellow carrots. And he said, oh, well, you know, back then, you know, 11, 12 years ago in Australia, you know, I mean, I know in California you've had all this stuff for quite a while, but I'm sure there's parts in the middle of America where they still think carrots are just orange as well. And my supplier took me out to meet a couple of farmers, and these guys that are market farmers that have been growing, you know, for 30, 40 years. And I said, look, I'd really like to grow this Kyoto red carrot that I've been reading about, and would you consider growing that for me? And he looked at me dead set in the face and said, mate, carrots are orange. And what do? You know, so in the end, I actually had to go and find smaller growers, people who are willing to actually, you know, give something a go. And you know, so I started down that road. And so what I was planning at home, I was experimenting with, and basically that is my starting point.
Hi, I'm Harvey Hubble. You're watching Seedling.tv, nourishing mind, body, and planet. Subscribe now. It's good for you.